Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Welcome to the show. It's me, Mark Wiggins. I am your host for Off the Bench with Mark Wiggins. It is my brand new podcast, right? And I'm doing the most right now because I'm merging technologies. I'm Facebook living, and I'm also recording for YouTube and for those who listen can find the podcast on SoundCloud and on TuneIn Radio. Yeah, search Off the Bench with Mark Wiggins, and you can find the show there. Working on that whole iTunes thing. It's a little bit of a process, but I'll get it there. Just want to welcome everybody to the show, and I want to do my first episode live with everybody in my fam to kind of put the word out there so you can support the show, and you can tune in and talk. I don't know if I'm going to do a call-in show. I'll probably have some call-in stuff. I'll be bringing on my friends. I was on the air the other day talking about your network, and I'll bring on my network, and we'll talk about a variety of subjects and topics, and you can chime in, leave comments, and we'll go live every once in a while, but more importantly, it'll be more of the podcast where you record something, you interview somebody, and you put it out there, get a topic, and every once in a while when I get the little urge, the little feeling to be creative, I'll jump online and we can all partake. It's been an interesting journey to get to this moment of the podcast and to get to Off the Bench. And again, thank everybody for following me and following along. If you were on the Boss Leadership call the other day with my boy Nate and Tara and Vashti, the Boss Training Leadership, what is the thing called? Boss Leadership Institute. Sorry, Nate. Get that thing going. And then I was on early this week, talking about your word of the year. And I've got a lot of response from that. It's a good thing to get your word of the year. As you know, my word is execute. Execute, both definitions, where you have a plan and you make sure that it happens, and to take something out and to kill it. That is an execution. That's exactly what we got to do in 2018, is to try to get our plans together and try to, get our goals. It's the basis of the show. So just going to be the episode 1 is about the background of what is going to happen in the next, hopefully several episodes. Is the impetus for the show was I just wanted to get on and talk about different things. I struggled a long time with the title and the format. I wax in a lot of different areas. I talk about a lot of different things, go in a lot of different areas. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do because I didn't want to be pigeonholed. And so I had a conversation with some friends and whatnot. There was a very, very good friend, past pole mark of the Woodbridge chapter, alumni of Kappa Alpha Psi, brother IPP, Jerry McColeman, who we chit-chat all the time. He goes, man, Off the Bench with Mark Wiggins. What? Wait, what? Off the Bench with Mark Wiggins. Off the bench. Now, mind you, what the tagline is, get off the bench. It's been that way for years. There's, of course, a story behind that. But get off the bench has been my thing for years. And so Jeremy was just like, off the bench, fool. I was like, oh, that's dope. That's dope. So I went ahead and got a logo made and put it out there. And I said, this goes to the thought and topic about maybe something you guys deal with. And that's going to do something and then put these limitations on yourself, that you put these barriers, whether they're real or imagined, and you don't want to go do them. And you can't do the next thing until you get that thing done. It's like, oh, if I don't do this, I won't be able to do that. It's all going to fall apart. This is the linchpin. This is the keystone. This is the thing. And it really isn't. Well, let's think about this. What difference did it make the name of the show? Mark Wiggins. Okay, that's my show. Mark Wiggins. What? Everybody got Mark Wiggins. Everybody has their own name show. So I'm like, well, I'm going to get stuck on the name. So I was preparing to go, and then that came across like, great. So I need a logo, because you got to have a logo. Everybody has a logo. I took some great new headshots this year. Again, if you're on my timeline, if you see it out there on my Facebook page, and be sure to follow me on my Facebook page at Speakerman87, and I posted my pictures up. It was a model shoot. I should probably do some modeling. I think I was told I looked good. But anyway, I could just put that up there and do that. I could just put up anything, just get the stupid show done. Get it popping, right? So drug on, and then all that got worked out, and we talked about the intro and the exit. I began to study probably for about almost 3 months, podcast. Like, I'm listening every day. I'm listening every day. I'm listening every day. Listening to different shows, different formats, and I'm listening for content. I'm listening to get fed as well. I'm also listening for content and format and function because I like to see process. So how does this work, and how does this go, and how does it make it happen? So I want to know. So I've been listening to shows. Everybody had this stupid, spanky, hot intro. Boom, boom. You know, everybody's jamming music. I'm like, well, music that I listen to, I don't think I could put that on the shows. Sometimes it's not necessarily the best version. So I said, well, let me find some intro. And so I went to my resources. We talk about network. I went to my resource. I got speaker friends all over the country, all over everything that's going on. And I said, let me call my resource, my boy Frank. Frank of Frankly Speaking. You can follow him on Instagram at Frankly Speaking, and he has that radio voice. He's got that one, and so he's been doing voiceover work. Said, Frank, yo, I need some help. Now, Frank, little backdrop, Frank was a trainer for Monsters Making It Count. You may hear me refer to that every once in a while, and there'll be, when I say my speaker friends, most of them came out of that environment, and so we're still friends to this day. But Frank was like the head trainer. Everybody wanted to be Frank. Oh my God, I love Frank. What's going on? And I was like, hey, Frank, because he's doing his own thing. I said, Frank, I need to do an intro and exit for my podcast. And he was like, bet, I got it. What do you want? I said, well, I want something athletic. And da, 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 da. So he made the theme for me, and it's dope. And when you hear it on the podcast, that's Frank. And I was like, now I'm legit. So now I can have an intro and an exit, because you got to have an intro. We gotta have theme music. You gotta have theme music, and it's kind of funny because everybody likes that. Now, back in the day when I used to step, with my fraternity, Kappa Psi, and all those who do step, shouts out to the Divine Nine. You gotta have that intro music. If your intro music's not hot, your show is probably whack. And then you have to have exit music, and if that's whack, then your show was whack all the way through. So you gotta have dope, strong intro music. So thank you, Frank, for putting that on there and making the intro hot, so I can stop worrying about simple, small stuff. Again, what was I waiting on? Anyway, I'm here now, and we're gonna make it go. Most of you who can see on my Facebook, see my shirt. This is my new shirt. I got a new line coming out, and it said is the mathematical equation. It's probably backwards on there. But anyway, if you can't read it, ask your kids. It is the mathematical equation for average, and then there's a B and then a greater sign, so it reads B greater than average. So again, my mentor contact hit me with this shirt and said, hey, you ought to make this shirt and do whatever. So I got it done. I got it made, and I have some other shirts on my line. My I hate practice but I hate losing more shirt. I have my dreams are just as stupid as yours. So there's some things coming out with my quotes and whatnot. I'm going to make the word shirts as well. So I'll have a shirt that says execute. And the one thing I'm going to work on, I'll let you know when it happens, is that you may be able to get your word of the year put on a T-shirt just for you. How about that? That you can have your own shirt that says your word. Slay, pray, exonerate, elevate, whatever your word is for the year. I'm gonna have a way that you can order your own shirt. So let me know how that goes. And as I do my stuff, it's really not about making a whole bunch of money, although I would like to get paid. Hey, that's why we do this thing. I always try to tie it to something else. So my Motivated Kid program has not gone away. And if you remind you what the Motivated Kid program is, it's tied to my books. And usually when a book is purchased at an event or some type of promotion, when a book is purchased, I give away my MTXE, the Formula for Success for Teens, which is the first book. I've got several. I was talking to my friend Sharon Myers. I think I got about 8 co-authored books and 2 main projects, but my MTXE was the first book. So I give that book to young people, organizations, and kids to read just as a give back. So when you buy something for you, you're actually helping somebody else. We talked about reciprocity the other day, right? On the Boss Leadership, we talked about doing reciprocity. So that is kind of the thing that's out there. It took a lot to put this up and to put it out and then put it to the universe. I mean, again, we're talking about us and talking about the theme for tonight is why wait? Why wait? Why did I wait? Obviously, I didn't have any good excuse outside I wasn't ready to go. And when you get engaged in your product, you kind of go, well, why wait? So here it is. I'm throwing it out to the universe. We'll put it out there and make it move. But I believe that it's going to be a blessing to a lot of people as we continue to move forward. And the thing with the whole why wait, there's two parts to that. And as you know, I usually have a story to tell about something. So I'm going to tell you a story. And I drive Uber, and amongst other things, but I love driving Uber sometimes. I drove on New Year's Eve, and I told that I'm not going to tell that story again. It's hilarious, though. But I will tell you the first drive on my Uber. I will tell you the first story. So the first story of me driving Uber. So I decided to do Uber. Now, I had to take you back. Sequestration. I've said, when the government shut down, and that word is tough. The word is tough. The government shut down, and so I couldn't go to my day job. I'm like, I got to find something to do. So I went, and everybody's talking about Uber. Uber's fresh on the scene here in D.C. It still wasn't as broad as it was now. But anyway, so I went online, registered, took out everything required a step. Everything required an upload. Everything required something like, get ready to go. Next step, picture my license. Next step, car certification. That is, next step, what? Everything had a step. So it was one of those testing things. Do you quit? Like, oh, I'm not going to do this crap. But if I don't finish the steps, I won't get to drive. So I got all the way through, finished the thing up. And this is, all right, now you got to come downtown to a driving session where we're going to give you your phone, because back then they gave you an iPhone. It was like an iPhone Apple One up in this camp. It had two squirrels inside a wheel with the antennas trying to make it work, right? So I'm downtown, I go to the class, and everybody's like, okay, take your phone, push that button, boom, do you see you're on? Okay, now you pick it up. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm punching, I'm like, all right, bet. So the class is done. Everybody's walking outside like, I don't know if this is going to work. And I said, this can't work. This technology is not that strong. Turn it on. Beep, beep. Oh, my God. Turn off. Not ready to drive. So that was on a Monday I went. Now, mind you, I wasn't working. So there's really no excuse why I couldn't start on Tuesday. I was doing something else. I said, I'm going to wait till Friday because this is going to be hot on Friday. It's going to be hot to death. You're going to drive Friday night. You're going to drive Saturday. So I'm going to wait till Friday. Cool. I waited all day Friday. I said, all right, I'm going to go drive now. And but I don't know if you're like me, but every time I go get my car clean, I got to clean my car before I get my car clean. It'll come to you. So I'm driving, looking for a place to get the car clean, driving around. So I know when I get to the spot. Now, this is where it gets interesting because things start to happen. The tests whether or not you're going to stick to what you said you're going to do or where you're going to walk. Across the street was a parking lot. And I said, oh, I need to clean my car before I go get, because I got stuff everywhere. I'm like, oh, I got to get these coins up, whatever. Where did that french fry come from? Oh, my God. Da, da, da. You know, there that thing is. I'm cleaning up the car, It is 4:57. I'm cleaning the car. At 5 o'clock, I jump in my car. I get ready to cut across the street. Close. What? Who closes at 5 o'clock on a Friday? Well, I had been there for like 15 minutes. Now I could have gone back home. I don't want to drive. I'll just come back on Saturday. Saturday's gonna be lit. I'll just do Saturday. So I said, no. Let me find another place. So I jump in the car again, drive, found another place, got the car clean. Now I'm headed downtown. Coming into DC, you got to cross over one of the bridges, get into Georgetown, and as I'm cutting the corner, the phone rings. I may need to take this call. I've been waiting for this person to call me back. But if I take this call, I gotta stop. I gotta pull over. I'm on the cusp of breaking things wide open with Uber. I'm like literally, and it's kind of metaphoric. I was crossing the bridge. You missed that part. I was crossing a bridge into Georgetown, just about to start this new adventure, and the flipping phone rings. Don't answer it. Because if I answered it, I knew that I would delay my stuff. So I turn on the app, beep, beep, beep. Oh, Lord, I can't find it there. Pick up my first ride, and hey, guy gets in the car. He went about 4 blocks, y'all. I ain't lying. I was like, so my heart raced, and I was like, that was easy. What was the fear? What was the false evidence of things appearing real need to be. What was the hard part? Someone's in your car. Oh, they're going to rob you. There's no money transaction. What if they try? I said, look, if they're going to try to take me, we going to see Jesus. I don't care. I'm going to run into a brick building. You ain't going to rob me and try to put a gun in my head. We going down. That's what's going to happen. So I said. Anyway, none of that stuff ever happens. Those are all fears. Those are all things that we put on ourselves that don't make any sense. So it adds to the we're waiting situation. We start piling on these extra things that don't make any sense. So now you got to filter through all of that and try to get things going to get where you want to go. So the question will become, will you get off the bench or not? Will you start or not? Will you stop or not? Will you find an excuse or not? Excuses, those who know this, come along with me. Excuses are the tools and competency used to build monuments of nothingness. Yeah, I had to say that a few 100,000 times. But that's the whole idea of going after your goals. That's the whole idea of getting off the bench. And the whole concept of why wait? Because when you get there, you kind of go, well, I shouldn't have waited. It was ready to go. It was ready to go. That's the reason for the podcast. Why wait? Now, there's a thing about being on time and in time, and everything kind of comes together when it's supposed to happen. Again, I have a friend who I love dearly, and she taught me a lot. She's like, you know, everything's exactly how you choose it to be. What are you talking about? How you doing? Well, everything's exactly how I choose it to be. What? Okay, is that some double entendre working here? Is some secret hidden meeting? What are you trying to say, please? Everything is exactly how I choose it to be. And I had to have her break it down. We had to have a discussion over some tacos and chips and guap. And I was like, can you explain to me what in the world you're trying to say? And what my friend said to me was, listen, everything is how I choose it to be, because when I want to change it, I'll make the necessary steps, arrangements, and whatever, tear down whatever to make the change. Therefore, it's exactly how I'm choosing to exist at this moment. I don't want to address it, so I'm choosing to live this way. So therefore, I shouldn't complain. I shouldn't complain. I shouldn't. Why wait? Because I choose not to go do it. Okay, then stop whining and complaining. Change is when you want to go do it. Why wait? I don't know. Why are you waiting? What is it about what you're working on right now that you just won't take head on? What is it about whatever you're dealing with situation or whatever, that you won't take it face on, head up, straight up and down, and just deal with it? We all deal with it. I had the same issues. I mean, I got stories on top of stories. Just recently, some stuff went down. I'm like, why did I wait to just handle that? That should have been handled a while ago. But we do that, and then we get mad at ourselves, and so we don't progress. And I talk a lot about human performance. That's kind of me. I talk about human performance, what you need to do to make you do what you want to do better. I'm an athlete. Average doesn't really work unless your average is really, really high. If you're a bowler, you got a 300 average, that's about as high you're going to get. But if your average is really, really high, then we got to work on maintaining that. But most people don't work to their average. They're working below their average and expecting phenomenal, extraordinary results. It doesn't happen that way. So what is it about what you're trying to do? What do you need? What do you want to get to? What support do you need? What group? It's just a matter of you making it the priority to get done. One of those things too, when you talk about making priorities, is that doesn't mean there's not any other things that you have to get done. It's just that this thing needs to get done first. And then you can move on to the next thing. Do what you have to do. And here's the good part. When you get there, and when you start, and when you get off the bench, just begin where you are. Just begin where you are. You don't need a memo. You don't need a press conference. I like to say today that I wasted a lot of time. I've rebooted my organization 16 times. I fired 47 people. I'm going to start tomorrow. Thank you very much. Nobody cares. I started my diet on January 1st. It is now the 7th. I'm doggone, I done missed 2 days at the gym already. I'm going to start. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just get started. Begin where you are. Starting over is not an option. It's not the option. The option is to continue or quit. Those are your options. Do you continue or do you quit? I'm hoping that you continue. I'm hoping that you find what it is you're trying to keep doing and do it. It's not going to be easy. It's not. It's not going to be easy, and you should never want to quit. That's the purpose of the show. I want to talk to people who are doing it. That's my motivation. I love hearing success stories. I love hearing people coming from the bottom down to the top. Now we're here. I love people start in the middle. Now I'm here. I love people start at the top and I'm still on top, because it doesn't really matter. I need to stay motivated, and I want to hear how you did it. Not to say that, well, if you do it, then I can do it too. I used to say that like everybody else. If you do it, I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Not necessarily true. I like to say, if you've done it, then it can be done. But I may have to do it my way, right? I have to do it my way. I've got to decide what's going to work for me and how I'm going to finish this thing off. All right. That's what we got going on. I appreciate everybody coming in on the comments out here. Let's see some shouts out. Shouts out to my boy Aaron. What's up, Bootsy? How's my nephew doing? And shout out Dr. Teasdale. I see you out here. I appreciate everybody logging in. Steph DeBerry. Hey, look, Steph DeBerry, she was one of my speaking clients. I started to call her on to interview right quick, and she didn't want to do it. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Ron Sullivan. Now, Ron Sullivan, Reverend, is it pastor yet, Ron Sullivan? He's up in New York still. He's a former main account speaker, and we did a lot of work together as well. Hey, Shalonda, Felicia. Uh-oh, where'd everybody go? Winter Harris, you still on Winter? Winter was one of my peeps. Winter's a beast, y'all. She got this thing on lock over here. I'm trying to be like her when I grow up, actually. What's going on over here? Oh, wow, he's 9-0. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Hey, has LeBron been back in the gym to watch him play? That's crazy. That's absolutely phenomenal. Again, thank you all for tuning in. I'm on my time, but hopefully you'll find the show interesting. You know, something to listen to, some motivational stuff. Is something that's been on my heart to do for a long time. I still speak. I still do speaker training and coaching and facilitation work. That's still out there. That's my passion. That's my other side hustle as I develop that business, because now it is in time to go do. Responsibilities that were on me that are no longer as prevalent. You know, you're still daddy. You're going to be daddy forever. But the immediate needs aren't there. So we're working on what Mark needs to get done now. So that's why the show is now launching when it needs to launch. And we're going to make it happen. So again, make sure you find me on TuneIn, like it, share it, and ideas for shows put in. If you want to come on, talk about your business, we'll talk about that too. I love, again, talking to entrepreneurs. I got a lot of entrepreneurs in Cleveland. All my homies over there getting it done in Cleveland. Want to definitely keep up with you and make sure everything is legit on that piece. So after all that, somebody should be shouting right about now. And hopefully you will, love you too, Boots. How mama doing? How's mama doing? I'm sorry, I'm reading these lines. That's my ace right here. And hope everybody's going to be doing well. Have a great 2018. If you have your word, come on, y'all, give me your word for the year. Let's not give up on that, because we're going to talk about that soon. Your word for the year and why that's important for you to have something to focus on. Really, we're going to talk about that, and maybe I'll have a guest on to go deeper into that topic. But as always, as I like to say, in the words of McKinley Wiggins, my daddy, God rest his soul, the man who touched millions of lives, I don't know about millions, maybe a couple thousand. If you can reach your dreams with a step ladder, then they're probably too low. I'm out.